Hi, my name is Rich. I'm one of the elephant keepers here at the zoo. We're now here in our elephant area and I'm going to collect some of the poo samples. What we do in the zoo, we're able to identify whose poo is whose through our camera system, but also after a little while you're able to make a good guess of whose poo is who just by looking at it and knowing which elephant is around.
Hi, I'm John. I'm a lab tech here at Chester Zoo. We use fecal samples in the lab to determine cyclicity in pregnancy. So this allows us to know when it's optimal for mating and if mating has been successful to help manage the species we have here at the zoo. So to do this, we will look at progesterone in females and testosterone in males. So when working with fecal samples, it's really important to work out whose poo is whose. To do this, we use a range of different tools. We can use fecal markers such as corn and wheat, so we can actually physically see it in the fecal sample. Or if it's species such as black rhino, which tend to be solitary, they won't be housed together, so we know exactly whose poo is in that paddock. Additionally, for the more herd species, such as our zebra and our giraffes, it gets a little bit more complicated. So we'll use things like CCTV, or we go on poo watch, where we will stand and watch the animals and let the keepers know who's gone where to ensure we have the right sample. So once we get the sample up to the lab, we start the extraction process. To do this, we add a 95 methanol solution to it, and all this does is the alcohol helps to draw off the hormone from the sample. Then we leave it to shake overnight just to mix up with the sample. Once we get this, we dry it down, we resuspend it into 1 ml methanol, and that's our working solution. The experiment we use is called an immunoassay. So they are wells coated with a specific antibody depending on what you're testing. So like I said, we'll coat it with an antibody to test for progesterone for females or testosterone for males. It's basically like a pregnancy test for animals. So this work allows us to help with our conservation breeding programs here at Chester and zoos around Europe.